week. Wait a minute, I've got Friday, what have I done the rest of the days? And you have to look in your diary. Now, at first I thought, oh my God, senior moments, cities happened. I'm having so many senior moments, I think there must be something going on. And they all chuckled away at me and they said, you're not supposed to, you know, it's moment to moment, living in the moment, living in the eternal now. Once you click onto that, then you start to be in alignment with what you're really here to do. I said, oh, well, will that solve all my problems? No, still no magic wand. But in the process of ascension, the first thing you have to do is to start to recognise you are not the slave to time. There's always enough, endlessly. And as I said, if you want to come back for another ride, you've got the chance. Okay? So that's the first part of the process, the softening up that's been going on for quite a number. We're 50 years into a programme of softening us up for this. Okay, so we're well on the way of going, oh, all right then, go on. Yeah, because that's where we need to be. We need to be accepting of, well, I'll just do it. So, first of all, look at how time shifts around you. Don't stress about it. Just say, oh, that's fine. I'm getting on with my ascension. Lovely. Okay. The second thing that starts to happen as you start to become ready to do the ascension bit of your journey is that you start to meet your fears. You start to get bump situations, bump people, bump experiences that are about what you fear most. Now, it's taken me a long time to get this. Okay, so anybody who got it quicker, well done indeed. But this year especially has been important about meeting your fears. I teach mediumship and I teach awareness about auras and things. And I have to say, this joined up thinking didn't come easy. And understanding the process of what I was teaching didn't come easy because, as you can see, I fly by the seat of my pants mostly. What I have noticed, I think is the best way to put it, is that when we start to work on our aura energy, when we start to change the environmental energy that the physical body lives in, we start to open up to that intuitive side spontaneously. And we start to have experiences of breakthrough contact with other beings. Now, sometimes we're not ready for it. We shut the door, we say, oh, I'm not having any of that. Sometimes you go, oh, that's interesting. Wonder what that's about. Sometimes we say, oh, at last, great, I want to talk to you. Just depends. Just depends what we've been told to expect to happen. I visit Northern Ireland quite often, and it's fascinating because one of the things there is everybody's really keen to have past life readings or past life workshops because it's not accepted. It's not acceptable. Neither is Reiki, for that matter. So if you say, well, you know, do you a bit of Reiki? Ooh, what's that, what's that? And this sort of fear comes up, okay? And so the process of starting to clean up your aura, heal yourself and release past life trauma and embrace past life wisdom, all of that process is actually lightening your vibration and making you more able to connect with the beings who are around who don't have a physical body. So, your reactions can be dependent on what you've been told. In fact, in some parts of Ireland, mediumship is seen as the work of Satan, and what it's going to do is get you possessed by the devil if you have a message from a medium. So it's a fascinating kind of perception, but if that's where you've been brought up, that's what you're going to believe. It's like some of us may think about, say, the Jewish community or the Muslim community and think, oh, strange, oh, what silly beliefs. Because we haven't been brought up in those beliefs. They may look at our beliefs and say, oh, don't fancy that Christian beliefs. It's all a matter of where we've been socialised. So this year, the end of a process has been happening, because those things that we've been taught, those things we haven't even had to, we've just soaked them up for everybody around us. They've had to be stripped away out of our aura. And I'll give you an example, practical example. How many of you would go through a red light if you were driving? Deliberately? Ignore the red light. Just one person, maybe, one, possibly. You know? Now, the reason we don't is we're told that we shouldn't, and to keep us in check, we've also got penalties if we do. But if there's no traffic in the middle of the night, well, we sit there. Yeah? The lights were introduced because the fear was that cars would run amok, killing people, and they make a certain sort of sense. Absolutely. If you live in the northeast, it's all roundabouts. You don't have to bother about lights at all. It's all roundabouts everywhere you go. Yeah? But we follow the rules. So the second part of the Ascension process is to get us to challenge ourselves, to look at what have we put in our aura that restricts us. Now, I'm not saying abandon all red lights by any means, you know, but I am accepting that they are social control. And I'm accepting that while I can see they have a purpose and a place, do I have to accept that by being a medium, I'm doing the work of Satan? How difficult is it for the person who grows up in that belief to then hear voices in their head? So this year is the culmination of looking at who am I, what have I been taught to believe, and what has that generated in terms of my fears? What's sitting in my aura? Yeah? What's there that's sort of, I don't even know it's there. What fears keep surfacing? So you'll be having lots of experiences where you're kind of going along and then boom, something will happen. And it's challenging you to look at who you really are. Physical and aura. Because illness, dis-ease, in my belief, and spirits, certainly their view, is us not acknowledging the energies we've collected until it actually drops into the physical body. Anybody who does Reiki will be working on an energetic level on the aura, healing the aura to help then percolate the energy through to heal the body. Spiritual healing is very much like that. You're working on the energies to help to pass the positive energies into the body. So now they're not just working on our body, they're working on our mind and our heart and our spirituality. The energies that have been coming in have been designed to get us to face our fear, to liberate ourselves from fear, to become back to factory reset. Okay? Now, I didn't agree with that. I thought, I'm fine. Look, I'm doing this job, and look, I meditate, and I've got my angels, and I've got all these lots, and I've got no fear. Wrong. And they showed it to me. They brought me experiences this year which have really, really tested me. Tested my beliefs, tested my ability to be unconditionally loving, unconditionally forgiving, unconditionally grateful, and unconditionally to serve wherever I am asked. Real tests tests, but they are where we need to go back to. We come in psychic, shouting on all frequencies, saying, I'm here, hello world, I'm here. Oh, nobody answers back. Because we've forgotten. Because the gifts we had that created that Atlantean disaster have been demonised, have become something to be frightened of, and have become something that only certain people can have, but only in certain ways. So here we are, as psychic, intuitive individuals who should be in a big collective, with the warmth and the love flowing through that collective. Is it any wonder we're fearful about being alone, being abandoned? Because we have been. You've sent us down here and nobody's acknowledging us. So this year, when you stop and think about the events of this year, you will have had lots of things that challenge you about being here. Lots of things that challenge you to recognise that you're not alone. Now, it's not just us. And this is where it's really important for us to be aware of this, because we've now got lots and lots of crystal children. These lovely kids, amazing kids, but they are being done over by the system in some way or other, because they're outside of our current accepted norms. So these children sometimes don't get a chance or a good look in. They're highly intelligent. They can process stuff at the speed of light. They're not stuck in time like we are. They're creative, they're vibrant. They don't see why they have to wait till they're 25 before they can have a voice. They want a voice now. But the voice they want to give is unconditional love. They ask us a very serious, challenging question. Why do you do that to each other? Why are you nasty and horrible and hateful and fearful and mean? Why aren't you loving one another? Some of these kids are born into such difficult family situations, but there they are, shining a bright, bright light of love. And what they're doing, they're like little batteries. They're opening up the people around them to the intuition, to the connectedness that they should have. Excuse me, that we lost all that time ago. And the number of crystals coming in is getting bigger every year. However, the first lot are hitting puberty right now. The first lot are having to do what we're having to do. They're having to rebalance their aura energy. They're in the second stage of ascension. They're very old souls. They've ascended already. They're beyond us. But they're getting their ascension leap too. And they've come in to finalise and help the ascension leap of this planet and us. But they